Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome to my Raid Shadow Legends channel. This is the first time I've really dove into Raid. I've played it off and on over the years, but never really very seriously. And recently, I spun it up just a few weeks ago, and I'm having a blast with it. I'll talk about why I got into it. But this right here is going to be my very first video on Raid. This is more of a starter guide, not an in-depth beginner's guide, but a starter guide on things you definitely want to do and pay attention to in your first few days of playing Raid. There's a lot to discuss here, so let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. Let's go ahead and just jump right into this. Like I had mentioned, this is a starter guide. These are tips and codes that you're going to want to use in the first few days of the game so that you can start out strong and move fast. There is so much to do. It's easy to get lost, so it's definitely going to help to focus on a few things, and that's what we're going to do right now. First, we're going to talk about the starter team. And if we're going to talk about the starter team, you have to have the game. If you don't have the game, you definitely want to download it. You can use my QR code over here or the link in the description below. You're going to get two epics. One, you're going to get Tagor when you first get into the game. He's a great support. We'll go ahead and take a look at him a little bit later. Once you hit level 15, you're going to get Ugo, another great support. By doing that, it helps support the channel. So thank you very much for that. All right, so that's going to give you your first character, Tagor. Next, you're going to want to take a look at starter characters. So when you first start up the game, you're going to go through an intro, and then you're going to have a selection of characters at the end. The character that tends to be selected the most is Kayle. I think if you look at millions of YouTube videos out there, it's been Kayle for a very long time. Some of the other characters are decent from what I hear, but I went ahead with this guy, and I don't regret it at all. Some of the things that makes him so good, taking a look at his kit, he's got this poison debuff, which is great. He's got a nice AoE attack here, and if he takes enemies out, he fills his turn meter by 25%, which is pretty cool. This here, he's another attack here that does poison, which is great. And then his aura, if you put him as a leader, he's going to increase ally HP in all battles, which makes him good at the very beginning, in all battles by 15%. So that's your second character, right? So we've got two characters down so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at another character. And if you keep an eye at the bottom of the screen here, I'm going to be scrolling different codes, so definitely watch the video to the end to get all of the codes, but I'm going to give you a code right now, and it's Monkey King. Okay, you're going to want to go over here, go into the promo codes, and type in Monkey King here. Unfortunately, I don't have this guy. I wish I did. We're going to talk about why in a minute, but he's the very first promo code that you want to use as soon as you get in the game so that you unlock him. Promo codes can only be entered once every 24 hours, so definitely make sure to do that. So let's take a look at him. Let's go into the index here, and he's in the Skinwalkers over here. This guy has a very cool design. Look at this guy. I just love what they've done with him. He's cool. I like him. A couple things that I like about this guy, and one thing that just cracked me up when I was reading his kit, right? So first off, he's going to help a lot in Arena. I see this guy in Arena. Arena battles by 28% increases speed. Now, if you've played turn-based games before or even idle combat games, speed is always king. That's what determines the order in which your heroes launch their attacks, right? So speed in Arena is definitely going to be awesome. Like I said, I see this guy a lot in Arena. Taking a look at his kit, he's got a chance for stun, which is great. He's also got this sheep debuff, which I think is funny. I think it would be even funnier because I don't think it does. It'd be funnier if his enemies actually got sheeped. That would be cool. I had to look up what that did because I thought it was the funniest thing. If you click on the eye there to take a look at all these debuffs and buffs and what they do, right down here is sheep, all the way down here at the bottom here. So champions under sheep debuffs lose access to their normal skills. They just get this one skill here, this sheep skill. Attacks one enemy, and then any ally sheep will join the attack. I think that's funny. Again, I think we should see sheep on the battlefield if we don't. If we do, I've never seen it. A couple other things about this guy here. He's got this attacks all enemy, nice AoE buff. AoE damage right here. Steals all buffs from all enemies and then places a block buff debuff on them for 2 turns. That's amazing. Again, great for Arena. And his passive here, revives this champion to 100% HP and 100% turn meter 3 turns after they're killed. I don't think I've seen this guy last 3 turns and get revived. He typically takes everybody out. So There we go with the Monkey King. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this, right? We've got 3 characters so far. You've got your starter character in Kale. If, again, you haven't downloaded the game, use my QR code up there or my link down below. Again, it supports the channel. Thank you very much. But that's where you're going to get your second character. That is Tagor. Let's go ahead and take a look at what that guy looks like. All right, let's go up. Let's go out. Let's go to Orcs, I believe, right? And then we've got down here Tagor. Again, like I said, a great support character. I love, again, the design. Look at the back here. He's got the skull. He's got his arms, and no, his arms are down here holding this knife. I don't know. I really like the designs in this game of these different characters. But if we take a look at his kit, he's got this attack here. Places 60% increased defense buff for 2 turns on the ally with the lowest HP, so he provides some increased defense there. This one's cool too. He also provides speed. So you've got a couple options there, right? So increases speed, places a 30% speed increase buff on all allies for 2 turns, then heals all allies by 15% of this champion's max HP. So definitely a good skill there. We've got this one here where he revives all of the dead allies, also places a shield buff on all of the allies, and then his passive here. This is really cool. I like this a lot. Decreases the damage received by allies with 50% HP or less by 10%. So definitely that damage reduction is helpful as well. Anytime you have an opportunity to reduce incoming damage or do more attacks, which is where the speed comes in, you definitely give yourself an edge over the enemy. And then Aura right here is also increases ally HP in the battle. So this guy, or Kale, in a leader spot, I think works out pretty well in the beginning. But again, as far as Monkey King, you want him. Let's go ahead, go back to him really quick. Boom. You want him in the leader spot when you use him in arena. All right, so those are those characters there. As far as your 4th character, it could be anybody. You can use War Priest for some additional heals. You can use other attackers, do some more damage. I think that's going to be helpful as well. But that's your starter team there. Those are the characters. Again, this is going to help you start very, very strong and move quickly through the game. Let's talk about gems. One of the most common questions in games like this is, what is the best use of gems? Gems typically in any game is best used to refresh energy. This game is no different. Energy refreshes cost 40 gems. But before you do that, because you get so much energy from everything that you're going to be doing in the game, I would save your gems and upgrade your mind first. So this is going to cost gems. You want to get it up to level 3. I think it's 500 each time. Get it up to level 3, because then you're going to generate 15 gems every single day. Again, I would focus on that first. If you feel that you're going to play this game for a long period of time, get that to 3 and then use your gems to do your energy refreshes and everything there. That's definitely going to help. All right, next, let's talk about where you want to focus. So when you jump into games like this, obviously you're going to focus on the campaign. But again, like I had mentioned, there's so much to do, you kind of lose track on a few things. And so let me point a few things out. First, this down here, down at the bottom, your missions, make sure you go through here. Take a look at these. I'm behind on these, actually. I need to do more of these. But these Arbiter missions, and then you've got these missions over here that will unlock after you do these previous ones. But this one, equip an attack type champion with gauntlets, chestplate, and boots, and attack percentage as their primary stat. So I got to work on that. Unfortunately, I didn't really take a look at this until a couple weeks into the game. So that's why I want to mention it to all of you. Definitely keep an eye on that. Those are your progress missions here. Next is your quests here. Now, quests, obviously your dailies and weeklies and stuff. But once you get up to level 35, you're going to unlock advanced. These are more quests that you can complete for additional rewards. So much stuff in this game. And so many rewards that you can get if you just focus by logging in daily, doing your different missions. After that, you have challenges. You have these as well. Lots of stuff going on. Summon a rare spirit champion. You've got things with artifacts. Win 3 weapons from clearing stage 1 of Castle on normal. Kaoric Castle on normal. Things that you want to definitely focus on there with the dungeons. Arena. Arena is the next thing that we're going to talk about here in just a second. But definitely focus on those. You're going to have all these different events and tournaments and stuff pop up. I would try and stay away from those in the very beginning, because again, you're spread so thin as far as energy and things that you can do and accomplish with these different things. Naturally, going through the different missions, you're going to go ahead and get some of this stuff, some of these events and tournaments, some rewards through them, but I wouldn't really focus on trying to complete those. Definitely focus on progressing through the campaign, progressing through these different missions, getting all of those rewards, and really strengthening up your core team. Again, I want to do one final reminder here as far as that team goes. Remember, download this game using my QR code or the link below. Again, it supports the channel, and that's going to give you Tagore in the beginning, right? So Tagore, we already talked about why he's so good. Kale as your starting character, and then you also have Monkey King, right? We already talked about that earlier, and then whoever you want as a fourth. Let's go ahead and talk about Arena. Now, Arena may not be everybody's favorite thing, but you definitely have some benefits from jumping into Arena. So I'm going to go into battle over here, go into Arena, Classic Arena, and then right here, tiers. When you take a look at this, based on the tier that you're in, you get bonuses to your team, right? And they're percentage bonuses, which are good. Whenever you craft gear in any game, right, you're typically going for percentage stats instead of a flat stat, because the percentage over time, you get much more benefit from that than you do from an actual just flat stat, 150 health versus 10% health based on what your overall health pool is, right? So Arena is definitely going to give you some good rewards. It's going to give you some bonuses, some bonus stats for your heroes. Let me just click on this. Here's some of the rewards you get for the different tiers. And as you work yourself up in the tiers, obviously you get better and better rewards. So some pretty cool stuff there. Final thing I want to mention for this is, in the beginning, you're going to do quite a bit of summoning, and you're going to run out of spots. So if I go to my champions here, your spots do get full, and sometimes you have to increase your spots you can spend. You can spend silver or gems to increase the amount of slots that you have in champions that you can hold. But before you do that, I would suggest using these champion vaults here, and you have two. You have a master vault here that holds 30, and you have a reserve vault that holds 210. The master vault is really meant for heroes that you're going to use on a regular basis. You can also keep armor and everything on them. Heroes that go into the reserve vault, you have to take artifacts and accessories and everything off of them, and then you can go ahead and put them into the reserve vault. So that's going to help you free up some space over here so you don't have to continually pay to expand. All right, everybody, that's what I had for you. This is Raid Shadow Legends. Having a blast with this game. Been playing it over the last couple weeks, and I'm enjoying my time in the game. Hopefully this guide will help you out to, again, start out strong and move quickly in the game with these tips and codes. And if there's anything that I missed that you feel new players must know about, definitely leave them in the comment section below so that everybody benefits. All right, everybody, as always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.